so they had.
Michael, Kenny, we're just talking there about finishing off the cock of hay, and I was asking you about how in the old days you used to tie it down. Now, your father was the new generation, but before him, what did people do?
They used to have a little instrument there for twisting the hay itself, and they used to go back out, keep twisting
at
it
the
around,
base, and they used to pull out,
start
twist
at the base and keep pulling it back out, until they had the length they required to throw the crossover.
Okay.
And that was their way, the older way of tying it down.
And they would have done two ropes like that.
Two ropes, one from north to west, and the other one was south to east.
Right.
And they had to have it that way for wind purposes if wind would come and take.
Okay. And do you mean those directions now, north to west?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way they done it, whatever. And
so I'm just trying to picture it now. So north to west. So they were kind of going
north that way,
slant, sloped across
south
it.
back to east.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was to keep it in case the wind picked her up.
In case the wind picked up, which we used to get storms at different times there.
And you could have a whole load of work spread around the haggard if you didn't do it right.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And oftentimes, another traditional way was they used to, if they wanted to leave it there for a bit longer, they were used to cut some bushes.
Right.
And they used to put the bushes underneath.
Right.
And then build a cock on top of that.
Would they?
And that would be to preserve the bottom of the cock so as it wouldn't rot with the new grass and the new growths coming up around it.
Right.
And if they needed to leave it for a bit longer,
right.
if the season changed, that they couldn't take it home when it
right.
should come.
Right.
So that was another part of the tradition.
And you were saying your dad got when the square bales came out, he used to use the baling twine.
That was the modern way, and it was a thrill to him to know that he didn't have to build it on a trailer loosely.
Yeah.
Take it down home, which was a lot of harder work.
Yeah.
And the baler came into the field, we would throw it across the wall, and that was my task to throw it up across.
Are you talking about the square bales now?
The loose hay.
Oh, the loose hay. So you go over the wall.
Yeah, and a neighbour down the road that had a square baler, he used to put in alongside it. My father would, it was called pitching.
Right.
Pitch it into the baler.
Right. Oh, I never heard of that. So you'd feed it into the baler. Yeah. So the baler was stationary.
That was a way of feeding the baler.
Right.
And you couldn't put in too much at the one time because the baler would choke up.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, shear bolts would go and everything would come to a standstill.
They wouldn't be too happy.
No, there would be a lot of harsh words.
But they knew it was going to happen anyway.
Usually each cock used to have about 8 square bales.
Right.
Out of it. So that would have been his pride now. Say if he had 6 cocks, he'd have 50 bales. And they were so convenient to handle. You could build them on a trailer.
Yeah.
You could take them home in one load.
Yeah.
Whereas the other way, you would have had 4 or 5 loads.
Brilliant.
And there's a lot of harder extra work in the older ways.